It's day 344, and back in my apartment. I'm back in my place, settled in. I didn't do much work today. I kind of just unpacked, settled in, cleaned, the usual bullshit. But we did $300 today, which is pretty decent. I think what's happening is our one-on-one sequence is slowly trickling in. So we had about 3,000 people in that batch, and hopefully that they're not all sent, because that would be really bad. It would be really bad sales. But I think tomorrow and potentially the next day we should see a little uptick. So that'll be interesting to see. I wish I had a better way to track it, but I just really don't. But yeah, it all starts tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like, that's a weak fallacy, but at the same time, it's like I'm so goddamn bored out of my mind when I'm not doing anything like productive. It's like the weirdest thing. I just am like, nothing is stimulating. You know what I mean? It's like I'm almost like I'm like overstimulated, but it's like I'm not stimulated by anything that's not like gonna get me to where I want to go. So I think it's a good place to be, and I'm excited to fucking work. So yeah, it's basically just gonna be, I'm gonna be working on the influencer business. I'm gonna be working on the physical business that I stopped doing. I'm gonna ignite that back up. It's really just posting videos, not too hard, filming stuff, and I'm gonna do that pretty much up until noon. Both of those businesses, because they don't require too much work. Like, realistically, I could get by on 2 hours maximum, and then the rest of the day is going to be built on the software. And yeah, the software is like 30% done, so we're getting there. Obviously, there's a lot of like polishing that's going to go on once we hit 100%. So it's really like I'm 100%, and then I'll be like, a third of the way there, in my opinion, at least, to get it to where I want to be. But I had this I was scrolling on Twitter the other day. I hope I didn't talk to you guys about this, because otherwise that would be really boring. But I saw, like, in the AI space, like, everyone has, their models, and like OpenAI has ChatGPT and whatnot, and it goes on and on. Meta, so Facebook, just released their fourth model, and I didn't even know they were releasing models, but it's called Llama, and I'm not too sure on how it compares. They say it's as good as like ChatGPT 4.0, which is fine for my use case, but what I'm getting at here is their AI, their LLM is self-hosted, so you host it on your own servers. And I did some numbers, and it would cost me about $2,000 a month to have this running 24/7. But you gotta think, like, I can make thousands of requests to this AI, basically unlimited requests, and it's just $2,000 a month. And that makes a huge difference in the scale factor of my business, because put it this way, it's like, I don't know the exact numbers yet, but I've done some estimations, and I think it would cost me about $2 a user per month on like 1,500 applications a month for the customized like ChatGPT integration, right? Because it's like 5 cents, or maybe it's way less than 5 cents per request to the AI, but it's about $2 per user per month. So it's like, if I had 1,000 users, that's costing me $2,000 a month, which is probably one of the biggest expenses that I'm gonna face in this software. It's really not that big compared to what I'd be making, but I was thinking, like, if I just self-host this Llama, this LLM on my own server, it's like, because originally the MVP is like, I'm gonna be doing the custom application, so it's like, that's what's non-negotiable. I have to have that. So it's like custom cover letters, custom answers to job applications, and resumes. So that's a non-negotiable. That's going in. That's going to be built in. But what I can do once I'm at that like 1,000 user or whatever the number is, whenever it makes sense, it's like I can now use that AI, that LLM, to integrate into other parts of my business to make it better. You know what I mean? Like I can use it for the job matching. So it's like instead of creating some like keyword filtering system to match user preferences to like my job database, I can just use the AI because I have basically unlimited requests. It's not going to add any more money, and I can use it to better match people to our jobs, and I can use it for the scraping so I get more accurate information. I can use it to gather more data on users and make their experience overall better. So I'm pretty stoked I came across that, and it's only going to get better too. But yeah, I mean, this thing is going to be really, really cool. I'm very excited about it. I think it's going to be something very impactful, at least in the small term. But I was thinking about this too. I came up with this theory. It's not very like earth-shattering or anything, but it's like I call it the ripple effect. And then in terms of like markets, so it's like the best example I could give you is like AI, right? Like AI, we're moving towards a world of AI and software. You know what I mean? Like that's just a fact. So like the innovation travels in a ripple. You know what I mean? Like when you throw a rock in water, it ripples, and each ripple is a different market. So it's like if you're closest to the splash zone or the blast zone or the impact, you're getting the innovation first. You're seeing firsthand, like immediately when it gets shipped, you're using it, you're integrating it, you know, etc. But it's like there's markets like middle America, or like, because the future is automation, right? Where AI is going to automate a ton of jobs, and I think it's a good thing, but it's it's like that's coming, you know what I mean? But there are people like dental practices, doctors' offices that will probably be like the last to get it, you know what I mean? They're on the outer edge of the ripple, and I'm just talking in America. They're like, but it's just like different markets get innovation at different time periods, you know, and it could be years, you know. So it's like my product, my software may not be super impactful to like a full stack developer or somebody that's super close to the AI innovation hub, you know what I mean? But if I take that same software and I go to like middle America, or I go to a place where innovation is not like a cornerstone of their day-to-day life, and I show them this product and I show them this service, it's like gonna be fucking mind-blowing, you know what I mean? It's like, so I feel like that's a very important lever in business, is like finding the right markets. And it sounds super like simple and kind of like a dumb take almost, but it's very true. Like you could take a business, like you can even go out of the country. It's like, think of how many countries that are like very behind in innovation, maybe like 20 years behind. It's like you can take a product that was working 10 years ago and take it to a new market, you know what I mean, where innovation is still delayed. So it's like you can do that with AI too, because it's going to be accelerating so fast. So I'm trying to get as close as I can to the impact zone and just absorb as much as I can. And then you can take software that's being released, you can white label it, you can tweak it, you can modify it, and then you can go ship it to a market or a ripple that's like 2 years away, you know what I mean, or 2 years behind, and you're gonna kill it. So I think that's power and positioning. You gotta know where to launch, you know what I mean? It's like, because if I launch this to a bunch of like developers or people that really know their shit, they're gonna be like, this is not very impressive, it's not very good, it's not very high quality. But if it's like I show it to somebody like your average American, I feel like they'd be like, this is pretty cool. Like I would definitely benefit from this, you know what I mean? So you can't be tainted by what other people are saying, because there's so many markets, you know. You just gotta find it. So I think if you have a half decent baked idea like mine, there is a market out there. You just gotta find it. So I'm gonna find mine, and I think it's like the average American. You know, you gotta think it's like this speeds up so many. The most bullshit part of getting a job. You know what I mean? Because you have to do scale. You have to send hundreds of applications if you want to find that gold. And I also don't think it applies my service just to unemployed people. I think people that are in a job that they think they could do better, or they're not super satisfied with their position. I mean, this is a perfect software for them to have just running in the background. You know, it's like 50 or $100 a month. and they'll get 1,000 applications, 2,000 applications a month, and they'll just sit and wait. And if they see something, they get an interview from a position or a company they really want to work for. It's like they can go do it. You know what I mean? It's very like that's the goal of this, is to make it as hands off as possible. They put in their information, we handle everything, and in 3 months they're gonna have their fucking dream job. You know what I mean? That's where this is headed. So yeah, I'm super excited and I can't wait to work on it. So yeah, that does it for me today, and I'll see you all tomorrow.